welcome into another episode of Dan D'Antoni Sports. My name is Dan Snyder, joined tonight by my good friend Dan Beebe. Dan Beebe, how you doing?
Good, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Wish we had the other half of our group here, but you know what? I'm pretty sure recently I've done an episode just me and Tony.
Yep.
Last week I did just me and Dan O'Shea.
Indeed.
And so this week, it's the second week in a row of doing a Dan duet, but I've kicked the other Dan out and brought you in.
So it's like a separate interview.
Yeah, it sure is. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Do you know what's happening tonight?
NFL kickoff for one.
The NFL is back in full swing. Starting tonight, they're playing for real. This is not a drill.
No.
They are playing.
100th season.
100th season of the NFL. And we're going to be watching that game when it comes on at 8:20 on NBC. The Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Does it get any more classic than those two teams?
I honestly don't think you could have a better rivalry to kick it off.
The only thing that I could think of, well, let's see. The only other games that I could think of that would be worthy would be Cowboys-Giants, which we're also getting week one.
Yeah.
Steelers-Ravens.
Steelers, yeah.
That would have been that would have been worthy of opening up the season.
Yeah.
I think they should do that. They should take like the top rivalries and open up the NFL season with them. What do you think about that?
I also think that's, you got to wonder how it would work schedule-wise, because I know I've never personally, got behind the whole scheduling process, but it would work out. I mean, that'd be great to see. Whether or not it, could happen, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think they got it good down pat. This is probably has to be the oldest football rivalry going, I'd imagine. So
possibly, it definitely feels like it, but I also feel like the Eagles and the Steelers might go back farther.
Eagles Steelers,
maybe.
Well, I know for a fact that the Cardinals are the oldest NFL franchise,
which is pathetic considering they don't have a Super Bowl.
Exactly. But I think they go back to like late 1800s when they first were established. So,
well, I mean, it can't be late 1800s if this is their 100th season.
Well, I think that some of the teams are older.
They started out in Boston, right? They were the Boston Cardinals.
Let's look it up. Always, we get to a situation like this, we always got to verify the facts. But let's see.
But yeah, so those are the rivalries that I think: the Cowboys and the Giants, the Steelers and the Ravens. Are there any?
I mean, even if you have
Broncos Chiefs lately has been a fun rivalry, but that doesn't have the same impact.
Chiefs Raiders,
49ers Raiders.
Yeah.
Cowboys Redskins.
Technically, you could do Giants Packers. It'd be kind of an old school rivalry, even
It could be, yeah. I mean, whew.
But to answer our question here, the Arizona Cardinals were established in 1898, 121 years ago.
121 years ago, and no fucking Super Bowls.
They're still ass. Yep.
Do they have any championships?
They have, let's see, going down from 1920 present, Western Division. Let's see. I don't think that's just affiliation. Hang on. Team history, championships. Here we go. Pre-1970 AFL, NFL merger, 1925 and 1947. So technically two.
They have two championships.
One conference championship in 2008, the year they lost to the Steelers in the Super Bowl. And, of course, there are 7 division titles.
Okay, and
but you're only talking about a team that's only seen 10 playoff appearances in the whole time they've been around.
In all fairness, they did play in the NFC East for quite a while.
I remember that, yeah.
Where for 4 straight Super Bowls, you had an NFC East team beat the Bills. So, did they start out as the Boston Cardinals? Or were they at any point the Boston Cardinals?
Not that I see here offhand right away, but...
Okay.
No.
I know they've been the Phoenix Cardinals.
That's franchise. It says Chicago here.
Chicago, that's what it was, the Chicago
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Franchise history. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
No, not that.
The South Side of Chicago. Anywho.
I want to start off. We don't have enough people here to do a vicious volley. We haven't done a vicious volley in
3 weeks, 2 weeks.
longer than that because we didn't do a vicious volley when we had our Madden championship.
Right.
We didn't have a vicious volley when we did the SEC champion or the SEC breakdown. I don't think we had a vicious volley when we did the Pac-12 breakdown either. So it's been a while since we've been vicious.
We're always vicious, just not in volley mode.
Right.
Safe to say.
I do have something for you, though.
Yep.
And I told you it was going to be something. I didn't tell you what it was that we're going to do. I do know that I had a difficult time with this. And so this might be hard.
Okay.
But bear with me.
Yep.
Because if we can get this to work out, I think it's going to have a great payoff. My coworker, dare I call him my friend, Jesse, and I have been talking a lot of college football since the season started. And one thing that we came up with the other day that we were talking about is quarterbacks. Particularly quarterbacks that have come from one specific conference in college football. We're trying to make a list of the good quarterbacks that have come from each team in that specific conference. And we're having a hard time coming up with some of them. So I want to hear your thoughts. Who are the best quarterbacks? Or let me rephrase that. NFL caliber quarterbacks that have come out of the Big Ten.
Big Ten specifically?
Specifically the Big Ten.
Okay.
Two of them, right? Don't use your phone. Just off the top of your head. Just off the top of your head. The NFL-worthy quarterbacks that have come out of the Big Ten, or a player you think is the best team or best quarterback in that team's history. I'll give you, a couple minutes of going through this, or less if necessary, and we'll make this a discussion. But I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. Best
NFL caliber quarterbacks, or best quarterbacks at a specific college in the Big Ten.
I would prefer the division. Let's look at for the teams.
All right. So you have Michigan State.
Oh, of course you got Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, obvious choice, yeah. You got Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana, Illinois, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Maryland, Purdue, Nebraska, and I'm missing one. Northwestern. Yeah. So those are the teams in the Big Ten. Tom Brady, obvious.
Yep.
There are a couple of other obvious ones that you're going to kick yourself in the ass when you realize you've missed.
Mm-hmm.
But just who are some of the players you think? And this can even go way back if you want to. I'll give you one. Penn State had Kerry Collins.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can go as far back as you would like. But some quarterbacks that had at least some kind of sustained career in the NFL, or can make the argument that they're the best quarterback from their college.
Let's see. Roethlisberger?
No, he went to Miami of Ohio.
Okay.
Which is a MAC school.
Let's see who else we got. Troy Aikman?
He went to UCLA.
Yeah. Pac-12.
Yep. I think back then they were the Pac-8.
Probably. Let's see. Let's try. I'm going to, of course, try to come up with some big names. Let's see what we got. Here's one. Donovan McNabb.
He went to Syracuse.
They did. Michael Vick,
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Who else we got?
There are two that are currently playing in the NFL at a high level.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees from Purdue.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, I think they just showed that the other day on the when they were doing the game, the past highlights.
Mm-hmm.
What about Vinny Testaverde?
Vinny Testaverde was, I think, Miami.
UM?
Yeah, I think he went to the University of Miami. But I'm going to look that up while you're doing this. Okay, Vinny Testaverde went to University of Miami in Florida. Yep. See, this is tough, right?
Yeah.
Like, these are big schools.
Yep. Andy Dalton?
TCU.
TCU. I want to say Phillip Rivers. I already know he wasn't around there, so.
Phillip Rivers was NC State.
Right. Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner, I don't remember where he played. I'm going to look him up, but I don't believe so. I think he played for a much smaller school. Northern Iowa.
Okay.
Who just almost beat Iowa State on Saturday, by the way.
Yeah. I know we're not going to say Carson Wentz because he played for the Bison.
Played for North Dakota State, yeah.
I kind of want to go. No, I'm not going to go anybody from Buffalo. Actually, yeah. Let's Jim Kelly. Where'd he go?
Jim Kelly. I don't know where he went, but he's definitely not from the Big Ten. Let's see. He went to Miami.
So the two active as of now would have been Drew Brees and Tom Brady.
Well, there's one other active.
There's one other. Okay.
Well, there might be more active, but high level active.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson went to Wisconsin.
Right.
Yes. Other than that, like, it's tough because, like, from Northwestern, who do they have? They've got Mike Kafka.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Clayton Thorson. They've got Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, well,
probably the best quarterback that they've had, in my opinion, was Brett Bazinet. He never was in the NFL. You go to Illinois, Juice Williams.
Yeah.
Like what? And then you Purdue, you've also got Curtis Painter.
Yep.
Tyler Palko. Like, they're nothings. Penn State, Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah.
Again, Daryl Clark. I'm friends with him, or I follow him or whatever on Facebook. I think I'm friends with him.